What's up, fight fans? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, it's on. What's up, fight fans, man? Want to stop on through, man, and give some quick words and an update on this Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos situation. Now, word on the curb for those who haven't heard. George Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez situation just can't get right. I am sick and tired of hearing about all of the bumps in the road when it comes to this fight. I'm just over it now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the many cancellations and all of the stuff from, all of the stuff that happened with this, that keep moving the date and canceling this date, moving that date, trying to sue each other. It's just a big ball of mess at this point, fight fans. All this is doing now is to the point is just stalling the momentum of Teofimo Lopez, who came off that win against Vasily Lomachenko, won all of those world titles, and he's been pretty much stalled ever since. He's not unable to be able to capitalize off the momentum that he had with that Lomachenko fight. Well, here we are with a new situation, fight fans. Another situation, and now that Teofimo Lopez has gotten through his situation with Triller, which he was very unhappy than the last time we checked in, well, about them trying to move his fight to Australia and move his fight so further down the road that this prompted Teofimo Lopez to contact the IBF and say, hey, man, they felt as though that Triller was defaulting on the purse bid from pushing the fight so further out, and on top of that, pushing it to a foreign country, which was also the home country of George Kambosos. Teofimo Lopez says he wasn't going to do it, so the IBF says, nope, the fight has to happen by a certain date in October. I believe it was October 17th, but don't quote me on that. But it has to happen by a certain date in October, and it cannot go to a country in which you have to quarantine for a while, for 2 weeks, I believe, before the fight happened. So that was the ruling by the IBF. Teofimo Lopez walked away happy with that situation. This prompted Triller to have to move this fight. So what was thought was going to be happening this coming Monday on October the 4th, I believe. But now Triller says that they're going to move it from that date now to a further down date and put it on the East Coast at the Barclays Center as opposed to Madison Square Garden, which it would have happened Monday. If it would have happened Monday, that's what it would have been. So now this prompts George Kambosos to come out and say, hold up, wait a minute. I didn't agree to no amendments and no changing of no deal from Monday's deal. I didn't agree to none of that. I didn't say anything about going to the Barclays. I didn't mention anything about going to the East Coast. And now George Kambosos is saying he is ready to go for this coming Monday, but he is not prepared to wait until further down the line when they want to do it at the Barclays Center. And he is now getting his lawyers involved, just like Teofimo Lopez did. And he is making his lawyers pretty much contact the IBF, just like Teofimo did, and say, hey, shut this down or change some things. Now, according to Triller and Ryan Kavanaugh, they're seeing this as a shakedown. This is a method from George Kambosos to get more money to the tune of $380,000. And according to Triller, this is just another move from George Kambosos to just try to get more money out of the situation. Keep in mind that George Kambosos is already scheduled to be paid at least $2.5 million, given that the purse bid between him and Teo was won by Triller for over $6 million. And we know that once you get down to the splits, well, Kambosos was looking to walk away with over $2 million, while Teofimo Lopez was walking away with $4 million. So this is a very, very good payday. Not to mention a great opportunity for George Kambosos to go after that big bag of money, the biggest payday of his career, and all of those world titles. So when you sit back and listen to this situation, right, it's one thing to have Teofimo Lopez complain because he is the champion. He got all of the belts. He is the king. He can do that. He put the work in. So everyone knows who Teo is. Now, as for George Kambosos, you are a mandatory challenger. No one knows who you are. No one ain't checking for you. You got to earn your stripes right here. This is the biggest fight of your career for the most legacy that you can ever ask for. So why are you complaining, George Kambosos? Why are you making this hard for yourself? Let's just say if Triller says that they don't want to wait and they say, you know what, we can't do this no more because Kambosos is now crying. We just satisfied Teofimo Lopez. You know what, we're out of this. Let the bid go to the next bidder, which will be Eddie Hearn, who bid it very significantly lower than what Triller bid. I believe Eddie Hearn's bid was like $3 million. So now break that $3 million down as opposed to breaking down $6 million that was provided by Triller. So my question is, once again, what the hell is George Kambosos complaining about? Who cares if he moved the date down a few weeks? You getting the biggest payday of your career for all of this damn legacy fight fans. So George Kambosos, I'm just not really understanding his point of view when it comes to this, because like I said, man, this to me, from every which way that I can see it, seems like just a major come up for George Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? So let's check out, man, some quotes of what's going on with this particular situation. First quote I got is from George Kambosos' lawyer and George's Kambosos side. And this is how they feel about this situation. They saying, and I quote, Triller has breached the contract, lied to the IBF about Mr. Kambosos' agreement to move the bout, and attempted to coerce Mr. Kambosos into executing an amendment that does not comply with the IBF rules. If that it does not specify a venue, Triller should be declared in default and should be barred from the future purse bids for its egregious behavior, end quote. So you want to bar Triller from future purse bids after Triller then gave you the biggest payday of your career. How much sense does that make? Now, fight fans, y'all know normally I'm hashtag anti-suit, but in this situation for Kambosos, I just think that he kicking and screaming for pretty much nothing. It to me, it does look like a shakedown. Good, just not good enough for George Kambosos. He wants more. He's tripping off. Well, there was no venue indicated in what we signed that this can be moved, and all of this stuff was just done under dark terms, like he's trying to make it. Now, they gave George Kambosos time to go handle his personal business as well. He had a child. It's being reported that he lost his grandfather. We sorry to hear that. But he's been given time to go and take care of his personal business. So what are you tripping about, dog? You've had time to take care of your personal business. You're getting the biggest payday of your career for all of this legacy. And you got your lawyer out here typing up quotes like this. What are you complaining about? You acting a little spoiled if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like I said, he's not in the position to Teofimo Lopez. He ain't the king. Take what the hell you got, bro. You got a good thing going right here. Don't mess it up. But then again, on the flip side, maybe George Kambosos see a loophole or something that he can exploit. And y'all know how it goes in business. If there's an opportunity for someone to make more money and they got leverage over the other entity, then they're going to go for it. And that's what it seems like that Kambosos is doing right here. He like, look, I got the leverage. Y'all didn't okay this with me. This ain't in my contract. So guess what? I see a way that I can get a couple more dollars. But my thing is, why do that? Is it worth the fight? Is it worth the lawyer fee? All you doing is running up lawyer and legal fees, bruh. Is it worth it? You got your manager and Peter Khan as an executive with Triller. Why aren't you taking that route to try to go? Why does you have to try to come on out kicking, screaming, embarrassed? You might be burning bridges. And you ain't, I hate to say it by lack of a better term, but you ain't known like that. You ain't nobody. Who are you? A lot of fight fans seen you lose, thought you lost to Lee Selby. So I'm just saying, man, like this dude, he kicking and screaming like he just the man or something. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta disagree with that. Oh, sorry about this, fight fan. I thought I had put the quote up on the screen. There's the quote right there for those who just missed it. Triller has breached the contract, lied to the IBF about Kambosos' agreement to move the bout, and attempted to coerce Mr. Kambosos in executing an amendment that does not comply with the IBF rules, in that it does not specify a venue. Now, let me just also say they're trying to make it like, okay, they slid the contract to Teofimo Lopez. He signed it and under the disguise that George Kambosos was already on board. So as you can see from the lawyer's statement right here, he believed they presented it to Teo like he was already on board. So let's go to another quote. According to Ryan Kavanaugh, the co-founder of Triller and a Triller executive, he says in response to this, and I quote, "This is nothing more than Kambosos attempting to extort Triller. This is a sad day for boxing. We are paying him nearly 10 times his next highest payday, almost $2.5 million. We have secured Barclays, made our deposits, signed with Lopez, and Kambosos is making financial and other demands after confirming that this date is in fact better than the 4th, end quote. So, and I agree with that, because on the 4th, they would have had to rumble with Monday Night Football, right? And that's a big game. So, no one rumbles with Monday Night Football. You just leave that alone. So this was a smart business move on Triller's part to move the date and venue. But George Kambosos, for some odd reason, making it hard to do that. So I got to agree with him, man. It's like I don't see no downside for George Kambosos in moving the date, in moving the venue. They're not taking no money away from you. They ain't doing nothing. They're just telling you to be cool, make 10 times the biggest payday you ever got, and you're going to get a chance at all of this legacy. Just sit there and be cool. But instead, he thinks he's Teo, and he can kick and scream just like Teo did. Like I said, Ryan Kavanaugh, co-founder of Triller, who gave this statement, said that Teo is trying to shake them down for an additional $380,000. I don't agree. If I'm Triller, truth be told, I'm putting my foot down on it. And I may not go there with Teo because he is the starter man with all of the belts, but I'm definitely going to go there with Kambosos. I'll be like, Kambosos, you don't sit down and shut up, we'll pull this shit. And you can go down to Eddie Hearn, the next highest guy, and you guess what? This $2.5 million, try to get that out of a $3 million $3 million purse bid. You're gonna walk away with lucky if you can get $1 million. So you better think about this, George Kambosos. And shit, if Eddie Hearn for some odd reason backs out of this, but the reporting is indicating that he's down for it and to put it on at the end of the year. But if Eddie says, you know what, my hands are full right now, our budgets are tied up, I don't even want this fight anymore, then it will go to Bob, who bid it even lower. And I'm sure if Kambosos is not happy, or if he make this difficult, Bob would have no problem with picking up the phone and calling Eddie and saying, Eddie, do me a favor and get out the way. And we'll make this happen for you and that happen for you, but I need you to get out of the way of this purse bid. Like he tried to do originally, remember? Remember, he tried to do that originally. He went to the zone and tried to get the zone to shut Eddie down. Maybe he tries it again. And if that happens, it goes to Bob for much more cheaper. And now nobody ain't really making no money. So what you gonna do, George Kambosos? You gonna keep kicking and screaming? Huh? Or you gonna sit there, shut the hell up, wait for your date, wait for your venue, and go after your legacy? Is that what you gonna do? But all of this kicking and screaming and all of this whine and trying, guess what, bruh? It looks puss. It looks like you trying to price yourself out. It looks like you trying to shake down Triller. And I'm just keeping it honest with y'all, fight fans. So that's pretty much the whole gist of the whole situation right there, man. George Kambosos need to get it together, man, and stop acting like he's Teo. He is not Teo. You don't got the same leverage. You don't got the same momentum. You don't have the same name. Triller's looking at you like, bro, who are you? We'll take our money and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely take our money and go somewhere else, and we ain't even got to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? According to Ryan Kavanaugh, I got one more quote right here, fight fans. I should have put this one up, but check this out. He says, and I quote, "We have signed and paid in advance to Lopez and put the very same offer forward to Kambosos. This is a pure and simple shakedown and speaks a lot to his character. If we give into this, imagine what every future event will hold for Triller when it's a fighter who actually matters," end quote. So what Ryan Kavanaugh is saying here, if we give in to George Kambosos, who's pretty much a nobody, then everyone else that comes over there to Triller gonna feel like they can shake us down also. This speaks volumes. I would think that Triller, Ryan Kavanaugh, will be giving up Peter Khan a call and saying, get your guy in line. Because if not, we're gonna drop both of y'all. You would think that that's the route that they're going to go. We'll see how this all works out. It's the way that Triller is speaking about this, I got to admit, though, man, it's almost seeming like that they are in a position where they may have to comply or either lose this fight. Because they're pondering, if we do it, then this is what we're going to have to deal with. So who knows? we'll see, man. We'll see if George Kambosos is making his next move the best move. But at the end of the day, you know, I just find it kind of like, bruh, you ain't nobody. Like, who are you to be trying to boss up on us? We'll just say default on it, pass it to the next guy, and get rid of this whole debacle. Let's keep in mind, Triller lost a lot of money behind this. For the canceled dates, they said in the last canceled date that they had for this fight, they lost out on $5 million. Shit, $1 more million, and that's all that they've put into this. So we'll see, fight fans. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Share. Rock those bells. Catch up with y'all real soon in the live stream, man. And until the next video, fam. Peace out.